I don't own copyrights to this music. I don't own copyrights to this music. About to try to ball out against the Ravens. Watch me get all the bullshit. That's all I've been getting lately in games. I can't fucking get over the hump.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up. Jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings.
Here we go. Like 20. 57. Here
we go. Check. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 99.
21.
Switch. 22 jet bomber.
The run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
56 to Mike. Hey, Delta, check 56. You ain't going nowhere. 56 to Mike.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Forced out to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. Hey, 55. I'm coming after you.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them, Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20, 10, 5, and he'll get it.
Oh, my God, give me all the bullshit. Please, Madden, give me all the fucking bullshit, bro. Give me all the bullshit. That's what I'm fucking talking about, bro.
He's got it, and the Vikings
That's what I'm
take a
talking
7-0
about.
lead.
Give me all the bullshit. Getting tired of Madden playing
Here's the
me.
kickoff now as he'll get it again.
Let's
following
go,
the fumble
man.
return for
Get
a
him
score.
pissed. Let him know. Let him know. Bullshit is what makes people win games. Bullshit. Bullshit, nigga. Now he's going to go mad hard right now. Mad hard.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, Jackson flush to his right. He can run for it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Let's go!
This belongs to the Vikings.
Let's go, man!
When I see a play like
Fucking bum-ass
I come back to
nigga!
risk
Let's
reward.
go!
I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And that's Elliott. Complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, dude.
From the 29, Garoppolo got a man open. It's Ross. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
A gain of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Here we go. 180. 11.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
11. 12, fellas. Here we go. Joker. 11. Hey, wahoo!
56. Mike, 56. Right there.
Hey, gun.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
12, fellas. Here we go.
56 to Mike, boys.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check three.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they're bringing your tight end, keep him in.
Look at him rolling. Like I said, he can't do nothing. He can't. All he can do is roll out, bro. Niggas is trash with Lamar Jackson. Stay in the pocket, bitch. I'm chatting. Give a fuck, bro. Tired of niggas talking shit. Niggas got the best team thinking they nice,
he
nigga.
Gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
I'm coming after you.
Hey, Echo.
57. Come, boy.
Play action. Garoppolo. He's got Smith here. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Hey, let's get this.
Hey, gun. Hey, Steve 6. One, Omaha.
Stop here, D.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Pulled in at the 24. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Throwing is Jackson. We're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Jackson. His throw incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, No flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if something like there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Throwing right, and that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, hold on.
On third down, Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Now the ball comes loose into the 40-yard line.
That nigga was down.
They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
We didn't get
the
that?
biggest thing they're calling it now.
I can't challenge that? Bro, he was down. Hold on. Oh, my God. That's terrible. He was definitely down, bro.
Boy, the panic that
give me the ball back. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go this thing. Fuck out of it. Was down.
That's all you're looking for.
Sick. Let's fucking go, man.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What do you need? Watch the run. Hey, 11. Check 49.
A gain of 3, second down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
21.
From the 38, Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Come on.
Jackson from the shotgun. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, baby.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And to give this time to the tailback. On the tackle, it was Dane Cruikshank.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Let's go now. 50 to Pittsburgh. Check. 53 is right. Double dog. That's the way.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Yo, this game is weak as fuck. Why? Why are we face masking? That shit is mad irrelevant right there.
Got him set up with a first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line.
That shit is mad irrelevant, bro.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, touchdown number 15 of the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
The Vikings take over first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had the interception on the last drive, which led to the tying touchdown. So 10-10 the score as they begin first and 10. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, alert! 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 Hey, orbit!
Check 56. Watch twist.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, check Mike 57.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Yeah, they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
12, fellas, here we go.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Slam, slam, slam. Check 24, check 24.
Thirteen. I got you. Flag!
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, I can't believe he missed that throw. He threw it down on the right side, but can't throw it down on the left.
These kickers now used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. 12 yards
bro.
to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here.
Yo,
it's
he's running the
1st
same
and 10.
route.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run on 1st down. Calhoun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. To throw on third down, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this fourth quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great fourth quarter.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. From the 27, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
10. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. And he connects with Ertz. And they'll get it all the way up.
Let's go! I had to go get that! I had to go get that, baby! Let's fucking go!
And that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
Thank you, Ertz. Thank you.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
He's crashing.
65.
Run for Pollard. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on.
They're trying to fuck me over, bro.
In this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but
yo, they're not letting me throw that. Oh, my.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9.
Mark.
57's the mic.
Hey, Foxtrot.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. Garoppolo now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
21.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Ebron caught left side. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
6 guys. 21. Here we go. Check.
Now a first carry for their fullback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Here we go. Wait, 80.
Let's go, baby. Turnover. Get that ball. Kill.
Hey, alert.
On 2nd down now, it's Logan. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Logan, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
On the crossing route, complete. It's Murray. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
Jackson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. He's back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Beck. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Beck. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Check back. 11.
Watch the twins. Check the backer.
White.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
11.
Garoppolo to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out. Get to overtime.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw of OT for Garoppolo. And this one complete to Smith. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Go, go.
57, Mike, 57. It's a party now. It's a party now.
21.
57, Mike, 57.
Hey, high 7.
From the 39, Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back.
57's the Mike, Rock 57. Hey, check.
Hey, come on.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. Well, what was the term that you just used a minute ago?
Well, especially in overtime, mistakes get magnified, so it's time for us to get our microscopes out, right? I mean, take a look at what's going on out there. That was very close to being a crucial play.
Yeah, got to look that ball in, didn't, and it hit the ground. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Ross on the return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
12.
They run with Logan. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Hey, watch the slant.
On second down, Pollard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Ravens' 13-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Blitz, blitz, blitz.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always
Yeah, I seen that he fucked up. He called the timeout, so I was like, yo, let me hurry up. I'm not going to let him freeze me.
Usually we focus on the offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case,
yeah, GG, boy. I got that game, boy.
Gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized.
He was chatting. I'm going to be humble. I'm not even going to say nothing in the chat, though, but I got that game. I'll take that all day. Niggas in this league and SFE, they can gloat when they win. If I try to gloat when I win, it's a problem. So I'm going to stay humble. GG, that's it. I ain't going to say nothing. Good game, though. Thank you. Let's go, baby.
In the playoff races, they're
Let's
back
go,
to
man.
500 at 5-5.
Take that dub all day,
Hit
baby.
the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they dropped to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami.
I got that dub on him, boy.